Now on Good Morning Northwest, he's admitted killing 4 members of a family that live next door. Why Major John Kaler's attorneys are asking a judge today to dismiss the charges.
The next round of rain is moving in. For how long and how much are we going to get? We'll answer those questions coming up.
Toxic water at a local mobile home park. What is poisoning the well, and how long people living there have been drinking and bathing in the water before they were notified? You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks so much for starting your week with us. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Natalie Grant. It is 5 a.m. on this Monday, November 6th, and another
6 o'clock.
Oh, 6 o'clock. I am so sorry. The morning is just getting away from me. Maybe I didn't turn my clock back or forward this weekend.
Whatever.
Let's get over to Mark here with the first look at our forecast this morning, Mark.
I still have a couple clocks I got to work on. I got to find the instructions. Good morning, everybody. So we're sitting at 39 degrees, both here and there being Coeur d'Alene, and along the valley. I mean, we're sitting around 40 degrees. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. We are going to see rainy conditions today, breezy at times as well. Tuesday, more rain coming in, but then cooler and drier as we get into the middle of the week, and we'll talk about that. Here's where the rain is right now. Doppler radar coming across. Deer Park's had early morning showers. Now starting to see that fade away, but we still see them to the north, and we see more coming in from the south, and that's what we're waiting on, is sort of that rebuilding of that rain that's going to come over us about 7 o'clock, about an hour and a half from now. Currently, temperatures are hovering around 39 degrees, 36 into Colville, 45 into Ritzville. Here's our day today. We're going to be into the low to mid 40s throughout the morning hours, with rain showers should be prevalent in many areas, tapering off over the afternoon, but warming up to 50 degrees. 46 is a normal high for this time of year.
Mark, thank you. We are following a homicide investigation in northeast Spokane. The police department says a body was found in an empty home near East Lyons Avenue and North Napa Saturday morning around 10 o'clock. SPD's Major Crimes Unit and the Spokane County Forensic Unit responded to the scene and are processing it for evidence. An SPD spokesperson says they'll release information about the investigation at a later time. If you have any information about this, you are asked to call Crime Check. There's the number, 509-456-2233.
Today, a Shoshone County judge will hear arguments to dismiss charges against the suspect of a quadruple murder. Now, last month, Major John Kaler filed a motion arguing that the state has not shown sufficient evidence that the deaths constitute as first-degree murder. Kaler's attorney arguing that there was no prior threats or mistreatment towards the family of 4 who lived below Kaler in Kellogg. Now, Kaler has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. The hearing is scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon. A mobile home park in Spokane Valley has warned residents of a contamination in its water well.
PFAS, or forever chemicals, are known for their hazardous effects in humans and animals. People living in the park were given a notice about the contamination a few days ago, but the letter says the well was tested in June. That means the water has had PFAS in it for months, and the residents had no idea. Take a look at that. That is water coming from the spigot outside of one of the mobile homes. It's the same type of water people there are bathing in and using to brush their teeth. Property management handed out a letter that advised residents to buy bottled water or a carbon filter, but many of them can't afford that. One person told us property management is of little to no help at all.
I feel that they need to take action. And so far, we haven't seen anything. I haven't even received a call. I leave long, detailed messages, please call me in regard to this, and they don't. And when I finally got a human being, he was absolutely rude.
Property management says it is working with the city and Northwest Water to find a solution. But as of now, there is no timeline for when it all could be fixed. The war between Israel and Hamas has been raging for more than a month with no immediate resolution in sight.
Overnight, Israel saying it has cut the Gaza Strip in 2, surrounding Gaza City ahead of an expected ground operation. Liz Landers is in D.C. with the latest.
The conflict in the Middle East intensifying as the war between Israel and Hamas has reached a 5th week of fighting. This video taken from southern Israel showing explosions and flares in Gaza, rocking the small strip overnight as Israel's offensive continues. As their troops build a larger presence on the ground in Gaza, the Israeli Defense Forces claim that they have cut the densely populated area into 2 and created a, quote, humanitarian corridor for civilians. The death toll, though, climbs to more than 9,700 Palestinians, according to Palestinian health officials, as the pressure is mounting on the Biden administration to lower tensions. Secretary of State Antony Blinken in the region once more, making a surprise visit to the West Bank, where he met with Palestinian Authority President Abbas. Blinken told reporters,
following my conversations with the Prime Minister and with the Israeli government, this is a process. Israel's raised important questions about how humanitarian pauses would work. We've got to answer those questions. We're working on exactly that. In fact, we agreed that our teams would get together, and they're doing just that. It's important that the pause advance a number of things. One of them is hostages.
As the Arab world calls for a ceasefire, the president and his team making it clear that they believe Israel has a right to defend itself, but supports a long-term solution for Palestinians living in Gaza and the West Bank.
That means resuming the urgent work of giving a political horizon to the Palestinian people, which to President Biden means a two-state solution.
Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu says there will be no ceasefire without the return of the more than 240 hostages being held by Hamas in Gaza. In Washington, Liz Landers, ABC News.
Tonight, Spokane City Council will vote on an ordinance that could cost you some money.
If passed, the proposal would add permitting fees for the installation of solar panels or electric car charging stations. The solar panels installed on a single-family home would have installation, planning, and fire inspection fees amounting to $275. Mayor Nadine Woodward has pointed to reinstating this cost in an effort to help offset the $20 million shortfall in the city's budget. The City Council will be voting on this later tonight.
Tomorrow is Election Day in Spokane County. You will find Measure 1 on your ballot, a proposed sales tax increase that would help fund a new jail along with other criminal justice projects. If approved, the sales tax would increase by 0.2%. That's 2 cents for every $10 spent.
And Spokane voters are also being asked if they want to ban camping near schools, parks, or playgrounds. Spokane police say if Proposition 1 passes, they can't respond to these calls as often as they'd like.
Many of these will likely end up going to the homeless outreach team as well. So the short version is we will plug them into the queue based on the priority of the call and what else is occurring within the city.
The department says officers are busy and violent crime takes top priority. The department is currently short about a dozen officers. And you'll need to get your November ballot in a drop box before 8 o'clock tomorrow night. That's Tuesday night. You can find ballot breakdowns or more general election information on KXLY.com/forthepeople. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:08.
You might need those windshield wipers on your morning drive, huh?
Yeah, we're going to see that rain become just more widespread as we get into the 7 o'clock hour. We've got scattered showers right now. Temperatures are going to be on the cool but not cold side. We're going to be in the low 40s. There's a live dry look at One Spokane Stadium as you get up and going on this Monday morning.
If you're having a hard time making ends meet and your child needs a winter coat, the time to get one is now. Our Coats for Kids distribution starts in Spokane today. We have those details coming up.
Also ahead, multiple children shot near a park in Ohio. An 11-year-old is dead. This morning, the manhunt for the drive-by shooter.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
All month, we will surprise you.
Weekdays at 2, only on 4 News Now.
This season, put some extra stuffing in your pockets at the Kootenai Casino in beautiful Bonners Ferry. The colder it gets, the hotter the action with super spins and a big cash giveaway. Enjoy a relaxing room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge from just $79 midweek, or upgrade to a Riverview room for $99. Win big and make this a November to remember. Book your trip to the Kootenai Casino now. Just call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
Hey, Donnie, can you give me one reason to call the advocates?
Sorry, Ken, I can't.
I can. I mean, who fights like we do? You can't give me one reason?
Nope.
How about that we take on big insurance bullies? We're not afraid of any case. We're passionate and smart. Really? You can't come up with one reason?
I can't come up with one, Ken. Because there are 500 million.
All the money we've recovered for our clients. Injured? You deserve justice. You deserve an advocate.
As a mom, I just don't feel safe taking my kids downtown anymore. And Paul Dillon, He wants to allow homeless encampments near our schools. And he supported policies that prevent police from pursuing domestic violence offenders. Paul is just too extreme for Spokane.
I'm Katie Treelor. I'm a mom, a teacher, and the only independent candidate running for Spokane City Council. I am running to make Spokane safe and clean for everyone, and I'm asking for your vote.
Now what? You say it when it feels like you're starting too late. At Prudential, we think you should ask it when you realize it's not too late to start. Like when your new passion is now your life passion, ask now what? Here's what. You come to Prudential and help ensure your retirement has income that lasts a lifetime. Who's your rock? Talk to an advisor and build a more secure retirement today.
Did you see this? It says most people are going to need long-term care that health insurance and Medicare won't cover.
I saw that, and it got me thinking, if I need to pay for home modifications or in-home care, I am not prepared. Are you?
Not really. I mean, whatever happens, I just want to know that I'll be able to get care and stay in my own home as I age.
Right? I want that too. So,
Find out how the WA Cares Fund can help.
It is 6:11. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. 2 people were killed, 3 others wounded in a shooting at a Tacoma bar Sunday.
The Tacoma Police Department says it happened at 1:30 a.m. at the Alley Cat Patio and Lounge. Responding officers found 4 people who had been shot, including one who was pronounced dead on the scene. 1 other person later died at the hospital. Now, according to KOMO News in Seattle, a suspect turned himself into police yesterday afternoon. That person was arrested on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of first-degree assault. Their name has not yet been released.
An urgent manhunt is underway in Cincinnati. An 11-year-old boy was killed. Several other people, most of them children, hurt in a shooting on the city's west end. Police say Friday night a driver in a dark-colored car pulled up and opened fire near a park. 6 people, including 5 children, were shot. According to the Gun Violence Archive, more than 1,400 children have died due to gun violence just this year.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is meeting with Turkey's foreign minister today. It's the final stop of a whirlwind Middle East diplomacy trip. Now, in recent days, he has met with Israeli officials in Tel Aviv, discussed settler violence in the West Bank, and met with key regional leaders about growing calls for Gaza ceasefire.
All right, 6:13 on this Monday morning, just keeping you on time. It's going to be cool and showers in our 10-second takeaway. It is going to be, again, a warm rain layer needed because we're going to have some gusty winds at times. 50 our high today.
Coats for Kids distribution begins today in Spokane. You can go to the Northeast Community Center, which is at 4001 North Cook, or Mission Community Outreach, which is at 1906 East Mission.
And in Coeur d'Alene, you can still go to the Furniture Direct Store building at 6055 North Government Way. It's happening today and tomorrow, and there are more distribution locations opening up here in the next coming days. If you'd like to see a full list of those distribution times and locations, you can visit our Coats for Kids page online at KXLY.com/Coats for Kids. Well, Good Morning Northwest time right now is 6:13 on this Monday.
Yeah, still to come. A freak accident killed a North Idaho woman. How close friends are remembering the Post Falls woman killed by a falling tree.
And here's a live look at the Maple Street Bridge this morning. While you'll have a much easier time today, if that's part of your morning commute, some good news for lots of people. We'll be back right after this break.
Peters & Sons Sunrise Sunset Bouquet brings out the beautiful fall colors, and the citrus-kissed arrangement can brighten the day or celebrate the season with Peters & Sons Pretty Pumpkin. Peters & Sons florists can add color and brilliance to your fall. Click or call today.
If your thyroid eye disease was diagnosed a long, long time ago, you may think your eyes will be bulging forever, like a never-ending curse that can't be broken. But even if you've been told it's too late, treating your thyroid eye disease may still be possible, and a new day is within sight. Learn how you could give your eyes a fresh start at stilltreatted.com.
5 stars, all rise for To Kill a Mockingbird. Unmissable and unforgettable.
A mockingbird for our moment. Beautiful, elegiac, satisfying, even exhilarating. A New York Times Critics' Pick. Mockingbird is now the most successful American play in Broadway history. All rise for Aaron Sorkin's great play. Richard Thomas is Atticus Finch in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird.
December 5th through 10th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market, with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
I'm an essential worker.
During the pandemic, we couldn't work remotely.
We are workers in grocery stores,
healthcare, retail, and packing plants.
Thanks, UFCW 3000.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
As police officers, public safety isn't just a talking point.
It's what we do. And Betsy Wilkerson has not made it easier to keep Spokane safe.
This isn't political spin, these are the facts. Betsy stalled on banning drugs in the midst of record overdoses.
And voted to defund drug investigations.
She voted twice against banning homeless camps near schools.
I want a city council that has my back when I'm protecting theirs.
The choice is clear. Vote Kim Please for city council president.
Peters & Sons Sunrise Sunset Bouquet brings out the beautiful fall colors, and the citrus kissed arrangement can brighten the day. Or celebrate the season with Peters & Sons Pretty Pumpkin. Peters & Sons florists can add color and brilliance to your fall. Click or call today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
It is now 6:17. A Post Falls woman's friends and family are mourning a tragedy in Coeur d'Alene.
68-year-old Diane Williams was killed on Saturday. A tree fell on her while she was driving her car. Now take a look at this damage. In this picture here, you can see the front end of the car is absolutely crushed. Now the dead tree fell and struck Diane just minutes away from her home. Fire officials are calling it a freak accident. A close friend and neighbor, Beth Rich, said Diane became a friend to many in her 6 years living in Post Falls, starting a successful doggy daycare and doing everything in her power to protect the people that she loved.
Tell a white lie faster than anybody in the whole wide world, because she just wanted to spare you, any kind of pain or any kind of hurt. And so now, right now, our entire neighborhood and her extended family and her friends in California, we are all hurting right now. And there's no little white lie big enough to tell right now to take that away.
Now, Beth says those who love Diane are planning a celebration of life.
And take a live look at the Maple Street Bridge. Are you noticing anything? Yeah, it's been a while, but traffic is flowing in both directions because the construction project finished on Friday, well ahead of schedule. That's some good news.
That's a good way to start the Monday.
Yeah, that's going to make traffic going north and south a lot better. It's been a tough month, huh? All right, now let's get to the forecast. We're talking about rain in our region. We do see, again, the rain showers that pushed through earlier, now that rebuilding and more rain that's going to be coming in from the south. As we look at a closer view, really to the north into Ford and the Camas, Chewelah, you're getting some rain showers. We're dry right now, but that's all going to be changing here in the next hour or two. 39 currently in downtown Spokane. We have low 40s all the way to Post Falls. Coeur d'Alene, you're at 39 degrees. So relatively mild morning. The winds are going to fire up. Our high today is going to be 50. 46 is a normal high for this time of year. But those winds gusting to 20 miles an hour, yeah, with rain, that's going to put a bite in that. So make sure that you've got a warm rain layer as you're heading out today, especially if you're going to be outdoors. 41 for the overnight low. Still, that is above average. Our normal high or normal overnight low is 32 degrees. So, but still gusty winds and rain showers pushing through the area. The mountain snow is about 6,000 feet. We're going to see that lower as we get towards the end of the week, and we'll show you why. Now, the forecast radar. Yeah, this coming in, and we're going to see more rain coming through the area, heavier amounts into the Palouse. That's going to be through 7 o'clock. That's going to push through. By this afternoon, we'll start to see more scattered shower activity. Really to the south of I-90, we're going to see the majority of that. So the Palouse is going to get the most out of this of anyone, with about an inch or more expected. So we look at those amounts coming in. Ritzville, maybe a quarter of an inch as we look at the next couple of days. We're going to see almost a half an inch for Spokane, 3/4 of an inch potentially for Coeur d'Alene. This is over a 2-day period, but almost an inch into the Palouse. We're going to see more so as we go into the higher elevations, just pulling that moisture right out. So it is going to be rather wet into Idaho. Here's our highs today. We're looking at, again, 48 to Coeur d'Alene, 50 for Spokane. Down into the Tri-Cities, 58, but 395 is going to be wet heading in, so be aware of that if you've got to make travel plans. 57 to Lewiston. Heading over to Seattle, should not have an issue with snow over Snoqualmie Pass. It should maintain rain status throughout much of the day. So we're going to be rainy today and tomorrow. We're going to get some breaks, breezy conditions. 44 on Wednesday, Thursday 46, and then we're in the upper 40s, but more rain showers coming in with some cool overnight lows. It is a Monday at 6:21. Time now for our Pet of the Week.
If you are looking for a fun-loving, energetic girl, meet Lizzie Lou. She is 1.5 years old and is a mix of Greyhound and Alaskan Husky. Unfortunately, her life before coming to Companions Animal Center did not give her room to roam. So every chance she gets, she will run and play ball. Lizzie gets along great with other dogs, too. If you have an active lifestyle, to keep up with her, stop by and meet Lizzie. Or for more information, visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org.
Oh, she's so sweet.
She has so much energy.
I know. She'd get along with my dog great. The running around and playing ball, her absolute favorite thing. Well, your Good Morning Northwest time right now, 6:21.
The Seahawks lost big to the Baltimore Ravens yesterday. The flaws in the offense taking center stage.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news. A heated mayoral race, controversial issues on the ballot. This Tuesday, get For the People election coverage from 4 News Now. Results, reaction, and analysis. Watch all day on 4 News Now and streaming free on KXLY Plus.
Sorry about that car accident. Got that insurance claim check for you.
I gotta call SWAP. I gotta call SWAP.
Here you go.
That's it? I'm calling them.
You forgot your check.
Craig Swap & Associates is on your side. We'll make sure you get the help you deserve, and we only get paid after you win.
One call, that's all.
509-999-9999.
One of R&B and funk's finest, Tower of Power, with the Holidays and Hits Tour. Friday, December 8th at the Fox Theater. Tickets on sale now at foxtheaterspokane.com. Tower of Power.
Looking for a superior truck or SUV? Start right here with a GMC lineup. Each GMC has been designed for power and comfort with safety features that come standard. The terrain has plenty of room for everyone and everything. Got toys? Maneuver them with ease and confidence with the Sierra and its class-leading trailer assistance technology. Test drive your GMC today at Becker Buick GMC, where you'll always be treated like family.
Betsy Wilkerson doesn't just talk about strengthening community safety, she spent her career doing it. During her tenure on City Council, Betsy Wilkerson increased funding for our police and firefighters every single year. Betsy voted to prevent open drug use in our streets while increasing mental health resources. And Betsy secured funding for our Spokane Police and Fire Academies to invest in top-notch training. So don't believe the lies and attacks. Betsy Wilkerson's record of strengthening community safety is clear.
I'm Betsy Wilkerson, and I'd be honored to have your vote.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
If the Seattle Seahawks want to make a deep run into the playoffs, they'll need their offense to step up and play consistently enough to win against top teams. But on Sunday, they showed they still have a long way to go if they want to be hoisting a Lombardi trophy at the end of the season. And in the team's third...
I don't think this is about Geno at all. That's what you know. I think this is about our football team did not answer the bell here. We couldn't get it done, and we came in here to slug it out, and they did a better job than we did.
It's tough. It sucks. We were looking forward to this matchup, and I just feel like we didn't play our best football today. Obviously, we made a ton of mistakes and a lot of things that we need to correct. But, as I always say, I put those things right at, my own feet, and I look at myself in the mirror and say, what could I do better to help this team and to help my guys?
Now, with the loss, Seattle is tied with San Francisco for first place in the NFC West as they'll return home to face the Washington Commanders next week. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Still not that bad that they're in first place, though,
That is true, but yesterday hurt.
Tough loss, for sure.
Rough. It's now 6:26.
And if you have served your time, you can vote in the state of Washington. Coming up, the push to get convicted felons to the polls.
And we could see former President Donald Trump take the witness stand today in his civil fraud trial. Coming up, the good and bad news. He's getting ahead of his testimony. And as we send you off to a commercial break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, an AI parenting alert.
My first initial feeling obviously was a shock.
Students and parents at New Jersey's Westfield High School now grappling with fake AI-generated nude photos of non-consenting students allegedly created by fellow students.
I came home and I told my mom, and I told her that we have to do something about this because it isn't fair to the girls and it's just not right.
14-year-old Francesca Mani was one of the victims. Her mother devastated. Now they're speaking out to GMA.
We should be teaching our boys that there will be consequences.
The school's principal in a letter to parents saying, at this time, we believe that any created images have been deleted and are not being circulated. This is a very serious incident. We are continuing to investigate. And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have much more on how this unfolded. With your GMA First Look, I'm Eva Pilgrim, ABC News, New York.
We're still going for that nice catch.
We're still going for that sweet shot.
And with higher stroke risk from AFib not caused by a heart valve problem,
we're going for a better treatment than warfarin. Eliquis. Eliquis reduces stroke risk and has less major bleeding. Over 97% of Eliquis patients did not experience a stroke.
Don't stop taking Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. Get help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
The #1 cardiologist-prescribed blood thinner. We're going for it. Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
More Americans choose ABC News, America's #1 news source.
Old World Christmas has an early gift for you. Right now, their spectacular glass holiday collectibles are priced at below wholesale in their outlet store, 4005 East Main between Freya and Havana. Come celebrate the savings now at Old World Christmas.
When I speak to families across Spokane, it's clear we want the same things. Our family to be safe, affordable housing, economic opportunities, and good jobs for our children and grandchildren. We want our streets fixed, our river protected, and a compassionate, effective response to homelessness. Families from Indian Trail to Lincoln Heights are ready for us to pull together and build a better Spokane. It feels pretty divided in Spokane right now, but bridges bring us together, and when I'm mayor, we'll build some new ones. I'm Lisa Brown. I approve this message.
We are creating a culture of excellence, not only in customer service, but with our team members and employees as well. Quality craftsmanship means quality products, quality services, and quality restoration. And when you add all that up, that's why we're the best.
Beautiful glass holiday ornaments made in the tradition of Old World artisans are now priced below wholesale at Old World Christmas, 4005 East Main, Sunday through Friday 11 to 3, Saturdays 10 to 4. Come celebrate the savings now at Old World Christmas.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
Good morning, Northwest. I'm Natalie Grant.
And I'm Robin Nance. Welcome to your Monday, November 6th. Let's check out our forecast with Mark. Wet one, huh?
Yep, we're tracking some showers coming into the area. We've seen them already into the West Plains and moving north. Here's a look at the 4 things you need to know. We are going to have rainy conditions at times today. It's going to be breezy in between some of those. And then more rain expected through our area on Tuesday. And then we're going to dry out and cool down. So we'll talk about how cool and where. We look at our current conditions, sitting at 39 degrees. Now, the rain stopped into the West Plains, but you can start to see the cloud cover that's there and the rain showers that are to the south. They'll start moving in, and you have a dry condition into Coeur d'Alene at 39, but it is to the south of us, and it's making progress. So as this continues to move out in the Doppler radar, we see more moving into Cheney, Sprague, coming along I-90. That's going to cross over us, and that's going to bring in those predicted showers. We're going to see highs today that are going to be, again, above average. But this morning, starting off relatively mild. We don't have the winds yet, but we will. We don't have the rain yet, but we will. Make sure that you're prepared for both. 39 both in Spokane, Coeur d'Alene, 40 into St. Mary's, and we're into the mid-40s for the Tri-Cities. Our day today, those rain showers coming on. We're going to see them throughout the day. Highs today of 50 degrees, but again, some gusty winds, so that's going to put a bite and put a chill in the air. So make sure you're prepared for that.
Thanks, Mark. Well, new details this morning out of Moses Lake about a drive-by shooting that closed Highway 17 between Patton Boulevard and Grape Drive for hours. Deputies have a suspect in custody. The sheriff's office says it received reports of a drive-by shooting around 4 o'clock yesterday afternoon that involved 2 cars. Several people reported seeing a black Dodge Charger shooting at a red car. Now, callers said that the red car crashed and rolled onto its roof while the Charger continued north on Highway 17. The deputy spotted the Charger and was led on a short pursuit before it pulled over on the highway. The person inside was taken into custody. The 2 people in the red car were transported to the hospital, one with an obvious gunshot wound, the other suffering a traumatic injury. The Grant County Sheriff's Office says it should release more information about this later today.
Some local organizations want all former Washington prisoners to cast their ballots this week. Because of a new law that took effect last year, the voting rights of convicted felons have been automatically restored. Former inmate Curtis Robinson says voting rights are a part of the healing process for those who want to reconnect.
When you look at the successful reentry back into society of our justice-involved populations, that is one of the critical key foundational components that needs to be there, is that social connection, that social engagement.
Robinson says voter education needs to continue for members of the community with criminal records. For our complete coverage of all of your local races, head to KXLY.com/forthepeople. Former President Donald Trump is expected to take the witness stand at his fraud trial today. It follows testimony last week from 2 of his sons.
Now, Trump's legal woes do not seem to be hurting his campaign, though. A new news poll shows that Trump's leading President Biden in nearly every battleground state. Here's ABC's Allison Cossack.
Former President Donald Trump is set to take the stand today in his own defense at his civil fraud trial in New York. Trump reportedly telling advisors he's not concerned about testifying. The New York Times says Trump has held multiple preparation sessions. There won't be any cameras in the court today for his testimony.
I declined to answer the question.
During his deposition last year, Trump invoked the Fifth Amendment hundreds of times and read a statement attacking New York Attorney General Letitia James, who is expected to call him to the witness stand today.
We cannot permit a renegade and out-of-control prosecutor to use this investigation as a means of advancing her political career.
The judge already determined Trump overstated his net worth by as much as $2.2 billion. But now the Attorney General is seeking $250 million in damages and wants to prohibit Trump from doing business in New York.
The more that the former president says and goes into, the more record he creates that can be used against him, frankly, in this case and potentially in the other cases that are pending against him. And remember, those other cases are criminal cases.
Trump stormed out of court last month after the judge fined him $15,000 for twice violating a gag order. The case is unfolding with 1 year to go until Election Day. Trump is getting some bad news ahead of testimony today. The governor of Iowa is expected to endorse Ron DeSantis today, not Trump. Allison Cossack, ABC News, New York.
We have a programming reminder for you. It is time for another Monday Night Football matchup. Tune in to KXLY at 5 tonight as the Chargers visit the Jets. You can catch Derek Dice and Kirsten O'Connor for special editions of 4 News Now before the game at 3 and 4, then right after the game is over as well.
Well, looking ahead to next summer, Spokane will be home to a women's professional soccer team.
And we're closer to seeing that become a reality. We were at the Davenport Grand last night, where the Spokane Zephyr was officially announced with the tagline, "The Winds of Change," which, of course, is what a Zephyr is. It's wind. The Zephyr is one of 8 new teams joining the USL Super League as it begins its inaugural season next summer at One Spokane Stadium. The logo itself is similar to the men's team, Velocity, with that impact blue being the primary color. But owner Katie Harnitzow says the decision on Zephyr came down to wanting 2 distinct brands for both the men and women's teams.
We needed something that Spokane could rally behind, and we also needed something, because we came up with Velocity first, so we needed something that could connect those 2 brands together.
Along with the Super League team, the Zephyr will also have a W League franchise, which will be comprised of some of the best college talent playing during the summer months. This is local talent, so this is so exciting.
So much fun. You were there last night.
Yeah, the announcement was really fun. That room was packed, like 2,000 people there, and so many young women and girls. A lot of youth representatives. It was so fun.
That's going to be so awesome to see next year, for sure.
It is now 6:37.
And we're looking ahead to a showery start to our day. Mark's here with a look at our rain chances.
We are behind when it comes to rain by about 2.5 inches on the year. We're going to make up maybe a half an inch of that over the next 48 hours. We look at our sky. Hey, can I tell you that we're about 7 minutes from sunrise? 7 minutes from sunrise? Yeah, that clock going back 1 hour helped us out. We're going to have more on your forecast coming up.
And the new developments in the lawsuit filed by a teacher shot by a 6-year-old student in January. What a Virginia judge ruled right after the break.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside. And it helps prevent streaks and haze. WetJet is so worth it. Love it or your money back.
Property crime increasing. Shootings in our parks. Homelessness crisis getting worse. Spokane, it doesn't have to be this way. Safer neighborhoods, a vibrant downtown, and people in need getting real help. That's my vision for our future. I'm Kim Please, candidate for Spokane City Council President. I'm a new voice for Spokane, and I'm asking for your vote.
When you work at Move Fitness, there's nothing better than helping people reach their goals.
Drop a few pounds, lose some inches.
Get stronger and come to work every day to a gym that's loaded with options.
I get a kick out of people who show up to the gym for the very first time.
And they say, wow, you guys have everything.
This is a nice gym.
It just makes my job easier. When you're in the business of helping others, it's nice to have a great facility.
Move Fitness by far is the best. It's a great place to work.
Go, Chiefs, go! Ahead, here comes Martin. He's breaking it behind the defense. Martin backhander, shoots, looking for an opening. Snap the shot, and score!
Saturday, November 11th in the Spokane Veterans Memorial Arena, it's the Coca-Cola Family Feast and Rally Towel Giveaway. Your Spokane Chiefs play Kamloops, enjoy discounted concession items at select concourse locations, including $2 hot dogs, Coca-Cola products, and more. Saturday puck drops at 6:05. For tickets, go to SpokaneChiefs.com.
I'm Jen, and I'm a member at Canopy Credit Union. I heard an ad on TV. It sounded like a situation that I was in, and I thought, not having the greatest credit, there's a story behind that. It's not just bad credit. It was like, no, like, we're here to just welcome you in and help build a future for you rather than judge you based on your past.
We are a place where when you come here,
You feel that your story matters and that we're going to find some way to make your dreams become reality.
Come on, flowers. Hello, idea.
When you taste silky smooth caramel wrapped in Cadbury chocolate, the world is suddenly overflowing with joy. Cadbury Caramello.
It is 6:40 here on this Monday. New developments in the lawsuit filed by an elementary school teacher in Virginia who was shot by her 6-year-old student. A judge in Virginia says Abigail Werner's case can move forward. She is suing the Newport News School Board and administrators for $40 million. She was a first-grade teacher at Rich Neck Elementary School when that child shot her in the hand and chest. As Werner's suit claims that the school ignored warning signs and were aware of the student's history of violence. The school board attempted to get the lawsuit thrown out, saying the state's workers' compensation provisions should cover those claims, but the judge rejected that argument.
All right, in our 10-second takeaway on this Monday morning, it's going to be cool. We're going to get showers today, rain showers, and again, a warm rain layer would be needed because, well, we're going to get some gusty winds out of this as well. High today, 50.
Contestants in the Keys Fisheries Stone Crab Eating Contest in the Florida Keys this weekend had to crack and eat 25 stone crab claws, picking them entirely clean, or receive a 30-second penalty for each piece of meat left behind. Scott Millicent, visiting from Chicago and with no prior eating contest experience, took first place, setting a new record with a final time of 10 minutes, 17 seconds. And if you think about how long that takes you to do that?
Yeah.
Well, me to do that?
That's impressive. Cracking those legs can be really hard sometimes. Hurts your hands.
Oh, my goodness.
Good job. Well, here's another story for you. A 63-foot Norway spruce from the Allegheny Mountains of West Virginia is now on its way to Washington, D.C., where it will be the capital Christmas tree this holiday season. This always gets you in the holiday spirit. The tree will be decorated with thousands of handcrafted ornaments from the people of West Virginia and will be lit sometime after Thanksgiving. They've had kind of some lame trees, I'd say, in the last couple of years, I remember. So I'm hoping that this one is big and full. It's kind of hard to tell with the snow there, but it still looks pretty.
It looks giant.
Yeah.
It looks tall. I don't know how full it's going to be. It is now 6:42.
Still to come, the search for a man accused of killing his girlfriend is now going international, while law enforcement says he may have escaped to Africa.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
With holidays right around the corner, Ironstone Furniture and Fire is offering discounts on all in-stock dining sets, along with simplicity, indulgence, and endless possibilities. So, when you're looking for dining at its best, visit Ironstone Furniture and Fire in Coeur d'Alene.
Santa returns to Spokane's River Park Square Shopping Center, Saturday, November 18th, presented by STCU. Festivities begin at 1 o'clock, and Santa arrives to light the tree at 5, with special guest appearances and entertainment. Plus bonus fun, the Lego store opens at River Park Square November 10th. Learn more, reserve a time for Santa photos, and plan your holly jolly holiday season at riverparksquare.com.
If your thyroid eye disease was diagnosed a long, long time ago, you may think your eyes will be bulging forever, like a never-ending curse that can't be broken. But even if you've been told it's too late, treating your thyroid eye disease may still be possible, and a new day is within sight. Learn how you could give your eyes a fresh start at stilltreatted.com.
As a family-owned company, Factory Up Blinds really does care about each and every one of our customers and the experience that they have with us. Our company's founder, Gary, was a factory representative for 36 years. We bring all the samples to you because your home is really the best showroom. And we professionally measure and install the window treatments for you. That's why our customers tell their friends who tell their friends.
Call us or schedule your free consultation today at FactoryRepBlinds.com. Factory Rep Blind.
4 News Now is brought to you by Par Lumber.
It's now 7:15. In Boston this morning, the search for a suspected killer stretching to Africa.
Police believe after stabbing his girlfriend, he took off for Africa. Here's ABC's Andrea Fuji.
This morning, an international manhunt to find a Massachusetts man suspected of fatally stabbing his girlfriend, whose body was found at Boston's Logan Airport.
Maggie was a real sunshine in everybody's life.
Her laugh was contagious. Everybody knows that.
Maggie Mbichu's family reported her missing last Monday, and on Wednesday, the 31-year-old's body was found inside her vehicle in the airport parking garage. Police have identified 40-year-old Kevin Kangathe as the suspect. They say he was seen on the surveillance video and boarded a plane to Kenya shortly after the killing. Mbichu's family gathered last night to remember her as a caring nurse, beloved by all who knew her.
We want this guy arrested as soon as possible so that we know that the process of justice is beginning so that our healing can start.
Massachusetts police have issued an arrest warrant for Kangathe. They're now working with authorities in Kenya to find him. The U.S. does have an extradition treaty with Kenya, so experts say it's likely Kenyan authorities will cooperate in trying to find Kangathe. Andrea Fuji, ABC News, New York.
And here is a live look this morning. Hey, the sun's already out.
I say it's looking pretty bright out there.
Thank you to Standard Time. Bouncing back here.
Yeah.
Look at that, downtown Spokane.
Relatively dry there, and we're going to see that change as we're tracking on the radar that next round of light rain showers coming in. Over the next couple of days, we could see up to ½ an inch of rain, but as we see into areas of Tico and Ritzville, you're just starting to see some light showers. That's all heading towards us, and that's going to be our forecast for the day, those showers that are rolling through. We take a closer view with the Doppler radar. Yeah, Sprague's getting some showers along I-90 as you come through and into areas heading into Moses Lake, so be aware you have wet roadways there in 395 South. We're going to see those showers continue throughout the day. Currently, we're sitting at 39 and 9 Mile, also Spokane International, low 40s still in the I-90 corridor, heading over to Idaho with upper 30s there. The high today with patchy fog in isolated protected valleys. We do have rainy conditions at times. 50 will be our high today tonight. Temperatures down to 41, and we're still going to hold on to some gusty winds out of the southeast, anywhere from 5 to 20 miles an hour. So forecast radar. We see this coming through, and this is right on track. Now, this looks like a huge mass of rain, but it's going to come in as scattered showers with heavier amounts coming through areas of the higher elevations. We're going to see some bands of light rain coming through, get a break, then we're going to get more, but really to the south of I-90 for Tuesday, we see a last crossover for Tuesday afternoon, and then things are going to dry out and then cool down. So the amounts we're expecting, as we take a look at today, we could see 1/4 inch today. That's going to push out. By the end of all of this, Tuesday night, we could see less than ½ an inch, expecting about 3/4 inch, Coeur d'Alene, higher elevations, and then we continue to see Pullman coming in at almost an inch of rain with less into Moses Lake, expecting 1/10 inch and just isolated scattered showers. 50 our high today, Grand Coulee 53, heading into the Tri-Cities 58, going into Lewiston 57 degrees. Everybody south of us is cool. We're warmer than average. 46 is a normal high for this time of year. We're going to get to that by the end of the week. For Tuesday, it's going to be 48. Again, rainy at times. We're going to see partly cloudy conditions with a chance of showers increasing Friday afternoon into Saturday. Saturday morning with 31 the overnight low and some showers. The timing, if those intersect, could get rain, snow mix or some light snow. Not expecting a winter event here. We will see more snow into the mountains, which, again, they're starting to do their snow dances because last year we were open by Thanksgiving. This year, it's not looking great. But all eyes to the sky, especially, you know, we're going to see people going through the ski gear and making sure it's all ready.
Yeah.
And then it's going to sit for a while.
If it's going to be cold, it might as well be fun cold so you can get outside.
Fun cold. Oh, I like that.
I'm from Minnesota. We have a lot of fun cold.
Yeah, fun cold.
Thanks, Mark.
It is now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint's coming up next.
Thanks for waking up with us on Good Morning Northwest on this Monday morning. We'll be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day. Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls has been North Idaho's premier flooring shop for over 30 years. From remodels to new construction, they've got your home or business covered from wall to wall. Their expert design team will work with you to find the perfect floor for your lifestyle and budget. They've got the lowest prices. From carpet and area rugs to hardwood, LVP and laminate, if you can dream it, they can floor it. Dream it, design it, live it. At Fairway Floor Abbey Carpet in Post Falls.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So turn here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Spokane, you have a choice. We can support leaders who want to stand up and protect our community, or we can surrender to crime and homelessness like Bessie Wilkerson, who voted to defund drug investigations. That means she doesn't care about our kids dying of fentanyl overdoses. She also voted against barring homeless camps near schools, parks, and playgrounds. Spokane, let's choose to protect our kids and fight crime. That's why law enforcement and the Spokane Police Guild support Kim Please for council president.
Discover the place where homes become extraordinary. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, our consultants provide a dedicated one-on-one service. We'll help you choose from the best selection of luxury brands and work with your team of contractors to ensure a seamless experience from start to finish. Bring your vision to us.
Shop online or schedule a one-on-one showroom appointment to discover stunning products from brands like Thermador at build.com/Ferguson.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is now 6:52. Time to get you ready to take on your Monday in today's morning sprint.
We have a rundown of several important races in tomorrow's election.
And Mark Peterson has a look at where the rain could be falling today.
But first, we are following a homicide investigation in Northeast Spokane. The police department says the body of a man was found in an empty home near East Lyons Avenue and North Napa Saturday morning around 10. Officers say there were signs indicating he had died by homicide. SPD's Major Crimes Unit and the Spokane County Forensic Unit responded to the scene and are processing it for evidence. An SPD spokesperson says they will release information about this investigation at a later time. If you have any information that could help them, call Crime Check, the number right there on your screen.
Today, a Shoshone County judge will hear arguments to dismiss charges against the suspect of a quadruple murder. Now, last month, Major John Kaler filed a motion arguing that the state has not shown sufficient evidence that the deaths constitute as first-degree murder. Kaler's attorney argues that there were no prior threats or mistreatment towards the family of 4 who lived in Kellogg below Kaler. Now, Kaler has pleaded not guilty to 4 counts of first-degree murder and 1 count of burglary. The hearing is scheduled for 1 o'clock this afternoon.
As we look at our First Alert weather, and our First Alert weather app, by the way, upgraded. If you'd like it, it's free and available in the App Store. You would see things like this. The rain that's coming in, we're starting to see now Cheney getting that first initial bump of rain, and it's going to be headed in our direction. We have current conditions sitting at 39 degrees, which is above average for this time of year. Over the next 12 hours, yeah, we're going to see a pretty good chance of rain, light at times, and a high today of 50.
2 people were killed and 3 others wounded in a shooting at a Tacoma bar on Sunday. The Tacoma Police Department says it happened around 1:30 a.m. at the Alley Cat Patio and Lounge. Now, responding officers found 4 people who had been shot, including one who was pronounced dead at the scene. 1 other person then later died at the hospital. According to KOMO News in Seattle, a suspect turned himself into police yesterday. That person was arrested on 2 counts of first-degree murder and 3 counts of first-degree assault. Their name has not yet been released.
The war between Israel and Hamas has been raging for more than a month with no immediate resolution in sight. Overnight, Israel saying it has cut the Gaza Strip in 2, surrounding Gaza City ahead of an expected ground operation. The latest from the Israel-Hamas war coming up next on Good Morning America.
U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken is meeting with Turkey's foreign minister today. It's the final stop of a whirlwind Middle East diplomacy trip. In recent days, he has met with Israeli officials in Tel Aviv, discussed settler violence in the West Bank, and met with key regional leaders about growing calls for a Gaza ceasefire.
And this is a live look at the Maple Street Bridge. Notice anything exciting? Yeah, traffic is flowing in both directions because the construction project finished up on Friday, well ahead of schedule.
Looking ahead to tonight, Spokane City Council will vote on an ordinance that could cost you some money. Now, if passed, the proposal would add permitting fees for the installation of solar panels or electric car charging stations. Now, solar panels installed on a single-family home would have installation, planning, and fire inspection fees amounting to $275. Mayor Nadine Woodward has pointed to reinstating this cost as an effort to offset the $20 million shortfall in the city's budget. City Council will be voting on this later tonight.
Tomorrow is Election Day in Spokane County. You will find Measure 1 on your ballot. It's a proposed sales tax increase that would help fund a new jail along with other criminal justice projects. If approved, the sales tax would increase by 0.2%. That's 2 cents for every $10 spent.
Spokane voters are also being asked if they want to ban camping near schools, parks, or playgrounds. Spokane police say if Proposition 1 passes, they can't respond to these calls as often as they'd like.
Many of these will likely end up going to the homeless outreach team as well. So the short version is we will plug them into the queue based on the priority of the call and what else is occurring within the city.
The department says officers are busy and violent crimes take up the top priority. The department is currently short about a dozen officers. And you'll need to get your November ballot to a drop box before 8 o'clock tomorrow night. You can find ballot breakdowns or more general election information on our website, kxly.com/forthepeople.
Coats for Kids distribution begins today in Spokane. Today you can go to the Northeast Community Center on North Cook or Mission Community Outreach on East Mission.
And in Coeur d'Alene, you can still go to the Furniture Direct Store building at 6055 North Government Way today and tomorrow. There's more locations opening up in the next coming days, and we have all those listed on our website, kxly.com/coats for kids. And we'll be right back after the break.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
I met Anidas 10 years ago. He didn't have bad credit, but he just had no credit to begin with. I took the time to really go over some options with him. Fast forward 10 years down the road, he's got his business account with Numerica. He's looking to buy his second home also with Numerica.
A heated mayoral race, controversial issues on the ballot. This Tuesday, get For the People election coverage from 4 News Now. Results, reaction, and analysis. Watch all day on 4 News Now and streaming free on KXLY+.
We are Grocery Outlet and we are your Bargain Bliss Market. What's Bargain Bliss? You know that feeling you get when you find the name brands you love but for way, way less? That's Bargain Bliss. It's Grocery Outlet's 20% off wine sale going on now through November 7th. We have hundreds of wines sure to pair with any gathering. So act now because this deal won't last long. Stop in and save today.
Grocery Outlet Bargain Market.
We hope you're having a great start to the day. Sun coming up earlier, and we have a beautiful look at One Spokane Stadium there. Again, a little bit of wet roadways, just had some light rain. We're going to see more rain coming in today. Our high today is going to be 50 degrees, 46 a normal high for this time of year. So we're going to get those rain showers and some gusty southeast winds. We'll see that continue through tomorrow. albeit a touch cooler at about 48 degrees. Then we dry out and cool down. We're going to have overnight lows down below freezing, but daytime highs into the mid-40s. Again, about average for this time of year. We'll warm up a little bit, but more wet weather coming in next weekend.
Don't forget those jackets. Thanks for watching Good Morning Northwest.
Yeah, we'll see you throughout Good Morning America. It starts right now.